man.
Yeah. This is Black History, so I dropped this shit in February. I had to do it, man. I swear this shit's so necessary. I'm like an old piece of French cheese, nigga. I'm so legendary. I used to play the corner like the secondary, but somewhere deep beneath my mind there was a treasure buried. Instead of rapping about the pistol that you never carried, tell them how them folks will hide your ass in February. Our dad is in the chain gang, so it's hereditary. Your mama's still single and she never married. First you started selling Mary, now you're selling Carrie Underwood from your hood. Now you just somebody selling. This is death for the trap. If you're sleeping on me, go enjoy the rest of your nap. I'm tired of hearing fake niggas and they regular raps. They right, I guess there ain't no real leaders left on the map. Hey.
Yeah. Y'all know how we do it.
I got
Let me get some shit going.
turbulence is the price you pay for flying high. Through all the hell and high water, you kept us.
Yeah, you like that.
You brought us to this point, regardless of what we had to deal with, because you love us so much.
I'm gonna
now
type it
bless each and every one of us.
I'm gonna type it in.
Keep all of us in
I'm
your
gonna let you know what
loving
song
time.
that is.
From where the gangsters die young and the rats die faster. So when my shooters spray this smack, live shatter round like who gives a fuck of Black Lives Matter. Watch the blood off his hands, they get baptized after. I'm the New Testament, the last 5 chapters.
Yeah.
And God said he would come back by a rapture. The Lord even lets me lie about the pastures. So I never told the truth to the plain clothes. Just a flashback of bullet holes in my Durango.
Yeah.
Better have a raincoat if we ever see
Y'all
the
come on in
black
here, hit that like button on your way in.
Stepping on the dope like an alpha, fine alpha. My bitch screaming ski wheat, all about the cream and wheat. Tailor-made nigga, everything ain't what it seemed to be. Triple beam dreams, niggas Martin Luther King a key. Me and Ye feel like Jay and Memphis bleak to me. The only difference is it costs a little more to speak to me. Around here it costs $100 for a meet and greet. Varsity with 2 sports, my reputation preceded me. But the Trump Pac-10, so I never play collegiately. Big 12 gauge to whack a nigga in the SEC. And that's a second. My mind's a Mac 11. I might not hit nothing, but y'all know that I was present. See me in the bear in the
Got that song in there for you.
My life is Leonardo in the Revenant. Listening to lead playing names.
Let me share this link real quick.
We got to blow him out here, Johnny Deppin'. The only thing the police don't find on me is a weapon. Blessings, never believe in luck. Read the signs of the lake. Told you don't feed the duck, so keep it up. And you'll be back to selling cuties. In the hood, you get shot at. You go out like Baylor Church, say amen. Let this urge every man. From the curb to the pen, from a bird to a 10, to bullets burn through your skin, to a hearse from a Benz, let the church say amen. Every curse, every sin, every smirk, every grin, every verse, every friend, follow every word in this hymn, to the earth's very end. Make the church say mice with a murderer. I had to let him
Put the word out. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me get folk time. It's been a while.
Barely 17, rolling with some killers that was 30 plus. Should've left these niggas earlier. But I was broke as fuck in the street. I was trying to get me a burger, bro. Plus the bad it was serving us. I would break a quarter pound and 7 grams off a Vic. I could get $30. Fuck being conservative. I was trying to serve it up, stir it up. Rather sell a bird to be a burglar. A third of us round trying to find a purchaser. With my little Spanish chick using as my interpreter. For some years I haven't heard from her. That was my little sweetie pie. Can't believe I deserted her. She used to let me hide my weed in the furniture, but I had to leave because only good deeds. She was worthy.
Y'all hit that like button on your way in. We're gonna get started in a minute.
I met a lot of villains on my pilgrimage. God told me, son, never settle like the pilgrims did. So I bought a convertible. I don't know what the ceiling is. I'm here to restore the pillages of villages. I brought enough food for thought to feed 1 million kids. How a young nigga come up with this brilliant shit? Who you think built the pyramids? Make the church say amen. Let this urge every man. From the curb to the pen, from a bird to a 10, to bullets burn through your skin, to a hearse from a Benz. Let the church say amen. Every curse, every sin, every smirk, every grin, every verse, every friend, follow every word in this pen, to the earth's very end. Yeah, church thou shalt Sunday. Yeah, I know the streets are cold, but nigga, hell's hot. All the spiritual warfare's got me shell shocked. You should never tell just to avoid a jail cop. And this is for you male thoughts. Real men should help with the bills if you living at your female spot. 5, thou shalt not steal, not even from the rich. But the plug you tryna run off on shit from the brick. 6, thou shalt not kill.
Okay, one more, y'all. We gonna do this and then we gonna get started, y'all.
Every time I dream of all the things that I can be. There's some things you probably won't believe. I've seen the land and all the seven seas. It's plain to see.
Reporter in the corner, Ray out in the morning. Motor off the back, while LeBron in the moment. Whitney at the plate, I'm ball with the fam. I'm just Carter in Toronto, I'm slam. AI with the practice, I'm born with the gift. Michael Jordan with the tears when they got to a chip. Tommy Smith and John Carlos, I'm raising the field. Gold chain, gold rings, no medal for this. Life's an uphill battle, no pedal for this. Closed curtain with a circle, I'll settle for this. Throw me a parade, throw me a parade. Roses at my feet, champagne I can taste.
Roll up,
dude. The winner that my parents made.
Go ahead, roll up.
The mojo, you can't clock the pace. Floyd with the belts, too much for the waist. I'm Ali, I fight for freedom till I beat the case.
Every time. Okay, here we go. Let me pause this. Let me pause the music, y'all. Man, y'all listen. First and foremost, shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. Black first, second, and third. Y'all know how we get down over here. Mad love to everybody in the chat. Mad love to everybody that's here. Mad love to all my mods. Mad love to all my supporters. Y'all, I'm going to start this video off on here. And in about 30 minutes, I'm going to slide it over. About 30, 35 minutes, I'm going to slide it over to Patreon. I'm going to try to slide it over. This is my first time trying to do that. But I'm going to try to get that pulled off. Now, we're going to start strong, though. We coming in hot and heavy. Let me start off with letting y'all understand the title. On everybody being anti-black. Understand that if you are black, whether you identify as black or not, whether you uncreated some other terminology for yourself, from Israelite to Moor to indigenous to aboriginal to native, it does not matter. African American, African, it doesn't matter. Whatever you call yourself, if your skin is black, the entire world is against you. And one of the things you have to understand about this is that 9 times out of 10, the saddest part is it's going to be from other people who look like you, or at least present themselves like you, or have their hands and feet into black culture. Now understand that this entire society disrespects black culture. It says to you that you don't have any culture, even though this entire society bites off your culture. You are the spirit, you are the soul of this entire fucking planet. Every other people on this planet took your shit and made it hot abroad. Now, we understand this if we are in the mindset of black first, second, and third. We understand the what I like to call pre-existing condition. This is what the case was before we even showed up. And you have people who will continue to disrespect that, but the why is because we allow it. So often we'll let this shit slide. Now, let me play this clip from a 1 Kiki Wyatt. Now, some of y'all already done, heard about what she did. I'm going to do this shit myself. I'm going to talk about the argument that she made. I couldn't get to it right off because I was on the motherfucking road. Some of y'all that follow me Instagram saw they had me up in Ohio. I was up there dealing with snow and shit like that. So I didn't have a chance to get on it. But I'm going to touch on a couple of these motherfuckers that come out here and publicly disrespect black people and how we handle it. And that's the main part I want to deal with, is how we handle it versus how other people handle their cultures and their lineage, their legacy being disrespected. Now, I'm going to play this clip. I may pause it a couple times. I'm going to make sure that y'all can hear what's being said. Understand, before we go in here, Kiki Wyatt is half cave. She's half coon, half cave. So she already coming in with a fucked up mindset. The only problem is that her half cave, half coon mentality is shared by plenty of 100% black people. And we've heard this argument before. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to play this clip. Y'all just listen up.
Real world, in reality, black people have been, segregated, persecuted, hunted down, killed, stolen from, humiliated. Can you let me finish? Because you won't let me finish. When you talk, I have been nothing but quiet and respectful.
Now already she's mentioned Mexicans. She's mentioned Mexicans already. Before we even got here, before we even got into it good, she mentioned Mexicans. All right. Now she's talking over a Milan Christopher is a homosexual black man, but I can give him credit here. I don't know much about him, but I can give him credit here for at least attempting to put this half cave coon bitch in her place. I'll continue. She's already mentioned Mexicans. We'll keep going.
I have been nothing but quiet and respectful to you. I have been nothing but quiet and respectful to you. So can you let me talk? I don't understand.
Okay, pro-black. All right, praise God. Go ahead, sweet sugars.
Is she disrespectful even in how she's talking about, oh yeah, pro-black, go ahead. Like just downplaying pro-blackness right there off the rip. Now, on this panel, you have Milan Christopher, the homosexual black man, a couple of other black men. This one black man just laughs. She just laughs. Or he just laughs. If we're going to put he in quotation marks, because we understand black masculinity does not laugh when your culture, when your legacy is being disrespected. I'll continue now. She's mentioned Mexicans, other groups, and she said Jews. And this one cool nigga laughing.
I'm not all right, because I understand, we biracial, right?
There she go with that biracial shit.
We love everybody, but then you got your certain black folks.
And here she go with that biracial shit. Understand what she's saying is that, well, we have caves. You know that, right? This is what she's trying to shine up to whoever she's talking to. We're going to get into it. I'm going to keep continuing. I'm going to let this thing go play through. Now, I don't know what she said.
Because you are so pro-black, and it's okay to be pro-black.
Well, if you're not even letting me talk, so I don't even understand where you were, because I feel like you're being sarcastic.
I'm not being sarcastic.
So can you let me talk?
You have to understand, black people are not the only people that have been oppressed.
So
y'all hear this motherfucker? Now, she's screaming at this point. She's screaming about how black people ain't been the only people oppressed. And he's allowing her to scream on him. And these other black men just sitting here, they ain't saying shit. Wouldn't have been me.
That would be
ones.
Wow.
Jewish people have been oppressed. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can keep going.
No, you can't,
I'm
bitch.
not racist, damn it. We oppressed. Because black people that made us feel
there she go with her hate.
People make us feel like you don't know that life.
Here she go with that hate.
You don't know that. So if you
see, here she go with her motherfucking hate. I'm oppressed. I'm biracial, and the white people oppresses me, and then the black people oppresses me too. Like, bitch, shut your stupid ass up. Them ain't nothing but the goddamn caves oppressing your whole ass. Let's continue.
Want me to be an ignorant? I will tonight.
See?
I don't want to go there.
I'm not sure. I think you're
a cool dude, but
really?
I think you need to understand, sugar, that there is more to life than just being.
Now, this is what her contribution is to the conversation. Understand that she shined up Mexican, which is not a motherfucking race at all. And she's shying up the Jews. And we're going to talk about that here in a second. But let's get into her motherfucking ass first and foremost. Now, she's claiming that she's biracial. She claims biracial, said her mom is a full-blown cave. Now, I saw a short video of the mama. I don't have that video pulled up here. But the mama is a full-blown nasty-ass cave. Whatever cave-dwelling black man laid down in her is a fucking disgrace. He's a complete fucking disgrace. Because the video I saw of her fucking mom was her, you know, talking about she wanted to say nigger or some shit like that just because she done sucked a white dick or a black dick. So she thinks she can say it. And we've seen these cave hoes have this mentality before. This is not a new mentality. The black men who lay in the motherfucking caves do not do anything about this. These bitches be thinking because I'm sucking and swallowing and fucking black that I can come out here and say anything. You see? The cave-dwelling black men allowed for this bitch's cave mama to come out here and think she can just say nigga. Think she just a part of the culture now. Because that's what the fuck we've done. That's what the black man did for these cave hoes. That's what's happened here. And now you have the spawn of the cave hoe, the half cave, full-blown, half cave, half coon bitch on here yelling, talking about how everybody else done been oppressed. Saddest part, this man did not speak up for himself strong enough. I would have cussed this bitch clean, smooth, the fuck out, regardless of her celebrity, because we understand that Kiki Wyatt is a singer and the motherfucker can sing. Won't take that away from her. But this is a biracial bitch who's sitting here and she's had black men. She has multiple children. I'm not going to slam her for having multiple children, multiple men. That's not my angle to slam nobody on. But she's been having children with black men and not one of them motherfuckers that she done got to this age and not one of them motherfuckers schooled this bitch on reality. Not one. Not her coon ass daddy, not her cave ass mama, none of the coon ass niggas that was laying up with her. None of them did it. And she been married to some of these dudes. Now, this argument, the saddest part about this argument, the most problematic part about this argument is that you will hear full-blown black people make the same type of argument on everybody else that's been oppressed. Talking about the fucking Jews. This being one they like to pull out. Now, understand that the Holocaust was from 1941 to 1945. Understand that. Now, you have people taking 4 years, not saying that what the fuck was going on wasn't fucked up. You have people that will take those 4 years and compare them to the 256 years of chattel slavery, the over 100 years of oppression, abuse, murder, brutality. You have people that will take those 4 years and lay them right next to slavery and say, look, see, other people went through the same things. Nobody else on this motherfucking planet, black people understand this, nobody else on the planet went through what your people went through during slavery and post-slavery and still to this very motherfucking day. You have motherfuckers that will take these 4 years of the Holocaust and lay them next to damn near 4 centuries and counting. And we let that shit slide. He let that shit slide. Those black men that were sitting there, these motherfucking anti-black Negroes, let that shit slide. I take personal offense to it. See, that's how I know I love my people, because it offends me to hear a motherfucker lay 4 years next to centuries. How the fuck is that possible? Nobody else on the planet throughout history have been through what black people went through and still going through this day. And this is the type of disrespect that happens not only from the motherfucking caves, not only from the half motherfucking caves. You have full-blown black people that will make this same argument. You've heard this argument from Republicans. These so-called black conservatives will make this argument. You will hear this argument from the motherfucking caves. This is not a new argument. Kiki Wyatt is not the first to make it. Other people been oppressed. Mexican isn't even a motherfucking race. You see? You have groups of people that ain't even a race getting to be chunked in here over 4 centuries of bullshit that we went through. And still counting. One thing about the so-called Jews, which ain't nothing but a bunch of caves that call themselves Jews. Okay? Understand that. One thing about them is they will not allow, as those 4 years, they don't allow anybody to come minimize or belittle those 4 years. 1941, 1945. They won't let anybody come belittle that. They won't let anybody come disrespect it. They gonna go in. All of them gonna go in. You ain't about to tell no Jewish person like, motherfucker, that shit happened for 4, it was just 4 years. Like, I mean, come on, get over it. They not gonna have that shit, even though they've gotten reparations for it and got more reparations under y'all's forever president, Barack Obama. They done got reparations and everything. And can blend in because they skin fits the one of the dominant society. They can still blend in. We don't have that luxury. We don't have that benefit of blending in. All we've tried to do is assimilate. That's been our big move. That's been our big play, is to assimilate. Try to act as white as possible, and this dominant society will have to start loving us at some point if we just civilize ourselves properly. They'll love us. We get enough degrees, they'll love us. If we entertain them at a high enough propensity, then they will eventually love us. That has proven itself to be false. That has proven itself to be false. That's been our biggest move. We don't come out here and turn our backs on motherfuckers who disrespect us, as we should. We allow for the entire country, even our own people, to be anti-black. And because this society sees that we allow people to be anti-black, and all we do to defend ourselves against this is to try to, get closer and closer to the caves. That's our biggest, our biggest contribution is to get closer and closer to the caves. So they see us allowing this type of bullshit. They see us allowing motherfuckers to lay, 4 years next to our 4 centuries plus of our struggle. They see us allowing that shit, and these motherfuckers say, well, they ain't gonna do shit about it. They ain't checking people. They fake canceling motherfuckers all the time. They not gonna really do shit about that. Kiki Wyatt should have lost every single black supporter she had. It should be nothing but the caves carry her motherfucking ass. And these so-called motherfucking Jews. They should be the ones carrying her whole ass now. But they won't be. Because that's too much for us to do. To actually have pride in ourselves, to not allow anybody to disrespect our ancestors. We let this type of shit ride. This is why everybody's anti-black. We let too much shit ride. I don't give a damn if it's just some live stream that this bitch was doing with these guys. I don't care what situation it is. Anybody that's coming out here being anti-black need to be dealt with. I ain't saying nobody chase the bitch down and try to beat her ass or no shit like that. But there's no way that she should be able to slide through without every single black person in this country being like, bitch, you out of line. And she didn't just wake up with that talking point. We've heard this talking point time and time again. Over and over we hear this. To where they will try to minimize us, and we let them. They will minimize our struggle, tell us to get over slavery, even though they act like once slavery stopped, everything was just cool at that point. It was at that point that lynchings started. It was at that point that this entire society greenlighted the brutality, murder, and abuse of black people just for having self-respect. That was punishable by lynching. This is post-slavery. Went to go mind our own business. The government sanctioned for our areas to be burned to the fucking ground. A lot of times, ironically enough, at the false allegations of a random cave hoe. But these are the caves that black men have the tendency to want to lay up in anyway. Understand, y'all, that this society wouldn't be able to overlook us. They wouldn't think it's okay for them to, murder some of our leaders, give them a day. Well, really, only one of our so-called leaders they did that for, chalk up this Black History in February. They wouldn't be able to do that unless we let that shit ride. We don't understand our power, especially in the era that we're in of technology. We still be too scared to even say anything, too scared to post anything, too scared to bang on these motherfucking anti-black ass. No matter whether it's black folk, these goddamn half caves, whether it's the motherfucking caves, it don't matter who it is. To where the climate will shift to where, we can't just disrespect black people no more. They not having that shit no more. They don't only show their disdain when the cops, 3Ks, don't get this shit fucked up, murders one of them in the street. We can't even talk wrong. And we not soft about it. We're not sitting out here trying to, be all scholastic about it. No, bitch, you out of line. That's what she'd have heard. Then the argument probably would have been something about disrespecting women, but I wouldn't have gave a fuck. Bitch, you are out of line. You are not even qualified to even be saying the shit you say. You're not even qualified to have this conversation. As you take your little subtle shots at pro-blackness. You don't get to do that. You don't even get to be that. You don't get to exist that way out here in front of everybody. That better be some shit you do in your house. Whisper that shit in your bedroom to whatever coon ass nigga gonna lay up with you. You don't get to get on public platforms yelling out, talking about no damn Jews. And in comparison to black people, you don't get to do that. We don't let you do that. Black people we have got to develop a better defense than the defenses that we have developed since the civil rights era. Our defense is trash. It is trash. We either marching, praying, or voting. And the biggest one that's really underneath the umbrella of assimilation. Because if you look at those methods, those are methods that we got from assimilation. If you really look at it. We got praying from them. We got marching from them. We got this facade of a fucking voting within this system. We got all that shit from them. Everything we do, even as we call ourselves fighting back, we got it from them. We too calm. We too peaceful. You have people that will align themselves either with the dominant society by way of just trying to be safe, by way of full-blown cooning, by way of these, especially a lot of these celebrities. I even saw Denzel get out of pocket. Now, Denzel has been given a lot of rope in black society. Hold on. Let me light this up before I talk about Denzel. I know y'all about to get mad at me. Hold on. Denzel has been able to get away with saying things from his Boule position. And it's Denzel. He's been able to get away with this for a while. His last infraction came as he decided to align himself with the cops. 3 Ks. Don't get this shit fucked up. That's Denzel, right? That's Glory. That's Remember the Titans. That's Denzel. The Great Debaters. That's Denzel. Right? The Pelican Brief. The Equalizer. Training Day. But see, what we have to do and what we have to learn how to do is, even if you have respect for somebody and their works, when they out of pocket, you gotta let them know that you see them being out of pocket. And Denzel, you're doing bad. Denzel calls himself, and I'm gonna read the headline from this article. Let me get into Denzel real quick. Denzel says, and he was speaking about the police in America, 3 Ks, don't get this shit fucked up, Incorporated. He says, I have the utmost respect for what they do. I don't care for people who put them down. Now, understand that even with him saying that, and this is Denzel, black man, black wife, black children, respect to all of that. But understand what I'm saying is everybody is anti-black. Even black people, full-blown black people. Now, we just dealt with a half a cave. Even full-blown black people will sit here and be anti-black. Because understand, if you don't care for people who put them down, who put down the police more than anybody else? I mean, we're talking about putting them down. It's typically we're talking about verbiage here. Who put down police more than anybody else? Who say fuck the police more than anybody else? Who is that? I'll look in the chat if y'all can answer that question. Who is them people? Who that? Huh? Who is that? Now, Denzel says he don't care for people who put him down. So what he's saying is he don't care for black folk. Now, that some people may call that a reach. Rob, you reaching. Oh, man, he really saying it like that. That's what the fuck he said. If he don't care for people who put him down, this bitch motherfucker played Malcolm X in a movie, the Spike Lee joint. Played Malcolm. He said he don't care for people to put him down. Now, what he does not discuss is why people put him down. Why would people put these motherfuckers who got they're created by being slave catchers? Why are people putting them down, Denzel? What's happening to where that would be something that black people would do? Can you have that conversation? Because what people let Denzel do is they let him get off. Now, they got on Bill Cosby's head when he came out and gave his little pound cake speech. Denzel been on the same type of shit that Morgan Freeman be on. These Boule, older Boule black men be on some fucking coon shit. Full-blown coon shit, and we let that shit slide because of who they are. I don't give a fuck if he Denzel. That means nothing to me. His name ain't never carried me through nothing. He ain't never got me through no motherfucking tough time. But what he just did was come out here and publicly say that he don't care for people who put the cops down. Like people just dislike the cops for no reason. Like they're not planting drugs on black men, getting them locked into this privatized prison complex. Like they haven't raped countless amounts of black women, not giving a fuck about our black girls going missing, brutalized, beating the shit out of our people. Like we just woke up and decided not to fuck with these people. These motherfuckers have given us every reason. They are the foot soldiers of America. 3Ks don't get this shit fucked up incorporated. They've given us every motherfucking reason to put them down. Fuck you talking about, Denzel? And why didn't anybody that was there check this motherfucker? I couldn't give interviews. Most of these motherfuckers would get their ass cussed the fuck out. I don't think I can make it through it. Because I couldn't listen to Denzel say that. I don't give a fuck how many movies I done seen of his. I wouldn't care about how cool his walk is and his smile and all the shit, you know, what he supposedly had meant to me. No, motherfucker, you are being anti-black. And if you are standing on the side of the foot soldiers that's against black people, then bitch, you become my enemy instantaneously. You become my enemy. Because you with them. From top to bottom, this entire justice system has targeted black people. We know this. We understand this. This shouldn't be it should come as no surprise to any of us. The second anybody, even Denzel, comes out here and says he don't care for people who put them down, that motherfucker, you don't care for me. That's what you said. You don't care for us. That's what you said. How the fuck you play Malcolm X and you come out here and have the utmost respect for cops? And you've seen what they've done. And they're just a piece. You've seen what this entire system has done. You're older than me. You see what they did. You see what they doing. And you don't care for nobody that put them down? We ain't murdering them. Not at the rate that they murder us. We not locking them bitches up. We not planting drugs on them. We putting them down by speaking truth to power. Who the fuck you think you are? But see, Denzel was able to rise into that category of being basically the father to black America. He was able to slide in there. A lot of people, they understand that Bill Cosby slid in there on his role on TV, but Denzel is a household name. This man is well respected in black households. We cannot I don't give a fuck how sentimental you feel about Denzel. Anybody to come out here and disrespect us. We cannot know. Like, motherfucker, you don't get to do that just because you Denzel. You don't get to do that. It don't matter who you are. This is why everybody gets to be anti-black, because there is no real consequence for it. No real consequence. None. Shit. My shit act like it's buffering. Oh, man. They're trying to hold me back. They're trying to hold me back. Y'all let me know if you can still hear me before I continue here. Let me know if y'all can still hear me before I continue here. Because they telling me my shit fucked up. Let me know if y'all can still hear me.